listening, all surrounded, it's just following an empty sound. Are you
We've already driven AMG's crazy A45S. We've already done an insane top speed of 278 kilometers an hour. And we've experienced just how quick it is. But just how fast is it in the real world? Is it good on a winding road? And what's it like to live with in the city? Especially with that stiff suspension and the low clearance. These are some of the questions we'll answer in our full review of what is, spoiler alert, one of the most insane AMGs ever. First up, let's check the performance in the real world. Now, having driven this car at the NATRAX high-speed bowl and having understood the amount of performance coiled up under the hood, this is something I couldn't wait to do. Get it onto a real driver's road and put my foot down. Oh my God, this 4-cylinder is just something else. If that's a taste of what's to come, we're in for a fun, exciting day. Woohoo! Now first up, some perspective. And this is important, so stick with me. Not only does this engine have a record-breaking power output of 421 horsepower from 2 liters, it also has a healthier power-to-weight ratio than, wait for it, a Porsche 911 Carrera. Yes, it has. 260 horsepower per ton for the A45S versus 244 for the Porsche. Now admit it, you're looking at the A45S with greater respect. On with the show. So, just how highly strung is the engine? Yeah, sure, it's reactive, but it's also so much more nuanced and better curated than the earlier CLA 45. The difference is huge. And this is especially in comfort mode. In comfort, the throttle pedal is soft, it's smooth, it doesn't jerk you too much, there is a bit of snatchiness, but not too much. And the gearbox shifts up early. Then there's sport, where, yes, it is a bit more reactive, and because you want it to be. And yes, when you put your foot down, it sort of runs away. But the real hard ones are Sport Plus and of course Race. And then when you put your foot on the gas, it just goes. It's almost 2 cars in one. Now, one moment it could be loping along like this, in a relaxed manner. Pull on the pedal, another pull, and then it will just slingshot you forward. In many ways, it feels like a super bike. Not only is this the most powerful 4-cylinder engine in the world, in our conditions, the A45S with launch control activated managed to do the 0 to 100 in 4.17 seconds, with 200 kilometers an hour coming up in 15.1 seconds. And that's seriously quick. It's also one of the most fun. That top end is just crazy. Woo! Now, while this is a turbocharged engine and an extremely powerful one, what's even better is the fact that the top end is searing. It just whips through the top end like it's a naturally aspirated engine. Put your foot down, and that ride from 5 to 7,000 RPM, it's just magic. Whoa! This is a seriously quick car. Watch this. And what you have to do is just hang on. This is no hot hatch. This is a junior supercar. In fact, putting your foot down on the throttle, just becomes addictive. Even the twin-clutch gearbox responds very promptly at high speeds. What a powertrain! Then there's the way it corners, which again elevates this above the ordinary. My God, on a winding road, this thing is just as much fun as a seriously quick sports car or even supercar. You have to play off grip versus opening the tap on that mad engine down there. And then what helps is that the steering is pretty precise and helps you tuck into the corner. In the corner, wait a bit, and then when you see it stretch open for you, just let it have it. Now, while many four-wheel drive performance cars are stodgy and somewhat one-dimensional, this one is playful, agile, and even has a slight rear bias, so it points into corners beautifully. Now, while it has tremendous grip, it isn't exactly leech-like. The car moves around, it dances. Every time you put your foot down on the throttle, there is an effect, and you have to drive every corner, and that's what makes this so fun. While the back is moving around and dancing, this is an A-grade driving experience. You look at the car, you think hatch, 4-cylinder with a lot of power. Will it be fun? Yes, it's not just fun, it's amazing. It's incredibly fun. It's a special driving experience. And one, our roads, our tight twisting guard roads are so beautifully suited to. Expect to be blown away by this car. Using the drift mode where conditions allow is also loads of fun. The front axle doesn't disconnect as it does on others, so it doesn't feel as natural as a rear-wheel drive car. But once you get the hang of it, the transitions from grip to slip are loads of fun. What also gives it a layer of adjustability is AMG Dynamics. It delivers a tailor-made driving experience all the way from basic to pro. It's not a car without compromise. Far from it. Now yes, even on a billiard table smooth road like this one, a tarmac road, there is a fair amount of road noise. And the A45S also isn't completely at home on our city streets. With its low slung body and hard suspension, places where the road isn't perfect like this one aren't easy to navigate. You have to slow down, you have to be careful of some of the larger bumps, and even then on some sections it does sort of toss you around a bit. You also have to be careful not to really open out the engine over some of the really bad stretches or bad bumps, and in that way this car needs a bit more care than something with a slightly higher ground clearance. And it isn't just the low profile tires and the hard springs and dampers, it's also the stiff engine mounts. It can even tell you which of the concrete surfaces are well done and which are not as well done. It's a bit of a braille reader. And not only do you need to take care of the suspension over bumps, speed breakers in the city are also a big challenge. Most of them you need to go a bit sideways for, especially like this large one. And then if you're lucky, you can get by without it kissing the bottom of the car. And then at low speed, the twin clutch gearbox also drags and lurches at times. On well-paved sections, however, you can open up the taps, especially in short bursts, and then enjoy the searing straight line performance. For what you pay for this car, the A45S's cabin feels a bit too familiar. The premium you pay over an A sedan isn't visible here. Now, a familiar cabin if you're used to the A35 AMG's version of its A-Class sedan, and this one gets a few extras, stuff like these really huggy sport seats that you can adjust to hold you tight in corners. You get this AMG steering wheel with these beautiful anodized metallic paddle shifters. It's got a flat bottom, part leather here, part suede, very comfortable and nice to use. You also have AMG's shortcut keys like this one here, where I can select dynamic package and it opens out. I can go through advanced, pro, basic, which I want very quick to do that rather than go through a deep menu. Excellent. And if I want to go from sport to comfort, I can use this switch, of course, which is there on most Mercedes cars, or this one here, which I just rotate and go from sport plus, comfort or race.
Quality levels, however, are excellent, especially the sport seats, and they make you forget and forgive the cabin's humble origins. And this is especially true on longer drives.
This car gets a driver's pack that unlocks the top speed and allows you to do a real 270. You get this lovely Burmeister audio system, as well as a large heads-up display so you can drive and not have to take your eyes off the road. Now, this isn't the ideal place to be sitting in an A45. You're not likely to be chauffeur driven with the hard suspension and roads that can toss you around all the time. But there is a decent amount of space, a good amount of headroom, legroom is fine. This headrest here blocks your view out, but you do get a couple of vents here. There's a USB support, and yes, this large panoramic sunroof doesn't extend all the way back, but when you do open it, it does flood the cabin with a lot of light. It's a big sunroof.
AMG have even equipped it well. Standard features include a 10.25-inch screen with MBUX infotainment, AMG performance displays, a Burmeister hi-fi audio system, and a decently sized sunroof. Optional equipment you get includes advanced sport seats with heating, massage, and memory function, a heads-up display, a chrome exterior package, and driver assist systems like a 360-degree camera, lane keeping assist, and blind spot warning. What also works in its favor is that it is semi-practical. It even has a decent amount of luggage space. Mercedes' AMG A45S is one of the most fun driver's cars around, period. Blessed with rapid pace, adjustable handling, and the ability to turn mundane drives into epic ones, it is a landmark achievement. Capable of delivering the goods and more, even at 79.5 lakh, it takes the hot hatch and elevates it to an all-new level. Sure, the cabin feels ordinary, especially at this price. The low ground clearance is far from ideal in our conditions. Ride isn't comfortable for the most part, and it is easily the most expensive hatch on sale in India. Still, if you're looking for a special driving experience at a not so stratospheric price and aren't concerned that this car is based on a relatively humble hatchback, the A45S could be the car for you. It's different and it isn't perfect, but it works really well.